In the search for increased security, everyone's talking about machine learning. Let's go beyond the buzzwords to look at what machine learning is capable of, what its limits are, and what Sophos is doing with deep learning neural networks. We'll begin with a model that tries to predict whether a file is benign or malicious using two variables, file size and compression level. First, we train the machine learning model to recognize these two attributes. The model then categorizes a series of test files on an XY axis and establishes a boundary between the two groups. It recognizes that everything on one side of the boundary is malicious, everything on the other side is benign. A new file is then introduced into the model, which is correctly identified as malware, based on which side of the boundary it falls on. But threats are always evolving. Malicious files look more and more like benign files, and two attributes are no longer enough to accurately identify them. So a third attribute is introduced. The model learns that attribute, establishes a boundary along a third axis, and identifies malware that would have otherwise been missed in a two-dimensional model. The more attributes that are fed into a machine learning model, the better it can predict whether a file is malicious or benign. But the most effective models need to expand to 5, 15, even 100 dimensions. And inside these models, the files don't just grow in number. They have highly complex attributes and nonlinear relationships to one another. Under these conditions, traditional machine learning simply can't process the sheer volume of information in a timely manner. And when it is attempted, the resulting models require too much space and computing power to be practical. It is here that deep learning comes to the rescue. Deep learning uses neural networks, which resemble the complex, interconnected neural pathways of the human brain, allowing humans to make instantaneous, coordinated decisions based on massive amounts of stored data and predictive reasoning. Unlike traditional machine learning, our deep learning model processes data through multiple layers of neurons. These layers of neurons make the model exponentially more powerful, allowing it to process hundreds of millions of attributes, far beyond the limits of traditional machine learning. This is the revolutionary advantage of deep learning in Intercept X. Deep learning has made it possible for Sophos to memorize the entire observable threat landscape, every known threat that has ever existed. This information is incorporated into the neural network of Intercept X. Where traditional machine learning struggles with a million pieces of input, our deep learning model elegantly handles tens of millions, even hundreds of millions, as the most advanced threats are identified, categorized, and blocked in milliseconds. What's more, Sophos' deep learning architecture results in highly compressed models requiring very little space and computing power. These incredible benefits of deep learning are at the heart of Intercept X, allowing it to defeat the most complex malware, known and unknown. And with each passing day, it becomes stronger, smarter, and more agile. While defeating today's biggest threats, it has an eye on what's coming tomorrow.
Para saber mais sobre nossos produtos e serviços, convidamos você a entrar em contato com o time Audere. Estamos prontos para responder a todas as suas perguntas, fornecer informações adicionais e discutir como podemos ajudar a impulsionar ainda mais o sucesso da sua empresa. Nossa equipe de especialistas está preparada para oferecer soluções personalizadas, adaptadas às suas necessidades específicas. Quer você esteja procurando por infraestrutura ou segurança de dados, estamos aqui para ajudar. Entre em contato conosco hoje mesmo e descubra como podemos colaborar para a segurança de dados da sua empresa, licenciamentos, projetos, hardwares e muito mais. Acesse www.audere.com.br ou ligue para DD 11 40 63 26 55. Estamos ansiosos para iniciar uma parceria duradoura e contribuir para o avanço tecnológico contínuo do seu negócio.